the final season to talk about. This is basically going to be the quote unquote boss battle of the year. First off, it's going to get very cold. If you aren't prepared with heat sources or don't have very good clothing, first thing that's going to hit you is frostbite. That is going to be a major factor. That's going to make you move slower. Your animation is going to go slower. It's going to cripple you, basically. Next would be the killer of winter, hypothermia. You get extremely sick. Basically, again, you get crippled and you're just as good as dead at this point. Since hypothermia means your body has dropped to a very low temperature. I don't know much about hypothermia. I know it's when you get extremely cold. I think it happens around 80 degrees Fahrenheit when the human body temperature is, I think, 96.7. And hypothermia occurs around 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know this. I would have to look it up if I want to be perfect, but I have not had time. I would actually do that right now. I don't know how to spell hypothermia. I'm just going to guess at it. I was dead on hypothermia. So I just want to, because this is going to be like the big killer of the winter. I mean, not, yeah, of the winter. Let's see. Hypothermia is a condition in which body's core temperature drops below that required for normal metabolism and body functions. It generally occurs to be 35 Celsius, 95.0 degrees Fahrenheit. Body temperature is usually maintained near a constant level of 36.5 to 37.5. I was close. I was off by 1. 97.7 or 99.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Through biological hemostasis and thermoregulation, if a person is exposed to cold and their internal mechanisms cannot replenish the heat that is being lost, the body's core temperature falls, and characteristic symptoms occur such as shivering and mental confusion. One of the lowest documented body temperatures from which anyone has recovered from, 13.0 Celsius or 55.4 degrees Fahrenheit, in a near drowning incident involving a 7-year-old girl in Sweden in December 2010. Hyperthermia is opposite of hypothermia, which is present in heat exhaustion and heat stroke. So this is what you would see. You would see shivering, your movements would get much slower, and you would be in huge trouble if you cannot bring your temperature up fast enough. You are dead, basically. Your body will slowly stop working. You will constantly get slower and slower until you just hit this one temperature and you're dead. You're just gone. But let's read up on heat stroke, as I want to make sure I'm correct on this. Heat stroke and heat strokes, redirect here. No, I don't want to see that. Heat stroke or sunstroke is a heat illness defined as a body temperature of greater than 105.1 due to environmental heat exposure with lack of thermal regulation. This is distinct from a fever where there is a physiological, let me say that correctly, increase in the temperature set point of the body. Treatment involves rapid physical cooling. Symptoms in combination with confusion and a lack of sweating. So again, heat stroke wouldn't be as dangerous. It would be deadly if not treated fast, but it's not as deadly as hypothermia. A hypothermia is still deadly. It's just a lesser version of in Unturned, at least. But I just wanted to clear up what heat stroke would be like, so I wouldn't have anyone confused or anything. This is 2 episodes too late. Anyway, I wanted to get it out. But trees would drop half of their normal drop rate. They would not regrow until the server was back in spring. Bears and snakes are gone. They are all hibernating. Deers have their spawns are cut in half, and their drops are also cut in half. Berries have a 25% chance of spawning. This is 75% lower than what they would be in summer. Zombies would basically be frozen in place. They cannot move. They are statues, basically. But zombies are not your threat. The threat is lack of food, as you're going to need it. Water isn't going to be as big of a threat, but it's still going to be needed. I didn't mention this in fall or summer. Crops are supposed to be grown in summer. Basically, it's the same way it is in spring. Only time winter crops can be grown is during winter, and when winter comes, only winter crops can be grown. I completely missed that about farming, but there you go. This is my first ever mini series, and I did not plan it out very well. Anyway, that's gonna be a huge deal. You're gonna need to stock up on water, as all rivers, basically every water source, is gonna be frozen. It's gonna be pure ice. It's gonna be basically whatever water you have saved up or can find. So you are in a big dangerous area here in winter. Also, as I know, I can hear Nelson saying now, the zombies are not moving. Their statue thing is not going to happen because people will abuse this for experience. Set it to where we can't get experience during winter. There you go. With this, a new set of skills should appear, or at least survival should get another skill set, to where the higher your survival, the better temperature you can get. Like the lower you can go before you get hypothermia, and the lower you can go before dying. And same with heatstroke, the higher you can go before suffering heatstroke and dying. But that's my ideas there. Winter should be a very harsh thing. Because I remember this last winter, at least here, I went outside. I was wearing 2 sets of pants, 2 shirts, and a jacket. It was still very cold to me. But I am sensitive to cold, as I very much dislike it. Anyway, I may do one more video. The chances of it are very low, so don't expect it, as I don't think I need to refine this in any way. This is all just talk. I hope it does get added, and I hope it gets refined even more than what I did. But that was my little mini series on seasons. I hope it gets added. I hope people enjoy it. I've gotten good feedback so far on it. And well, this is it. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it, and I am going to try to think of another idea I can do a mini series on, and just do another one. Just keep going. As well, I plan on doing a Terraria World Showcase at some point. So I hope that happens. I want to hear your feedback on a Terraria World Showcase. So I will see you in the next episode of whatever I make. It's probably going to be a thoughts, ideas, and features video. But see you then.